So OPAY designed a new logo recently, and by recently, I was saying July of this year, ending July, towards the ending July of this year. And the logo is very, very simple and nice, but I personally prefer the older logo. So we'll be designing both of them today, and we'll get to see which one you prefer. But I personally prefer the older logo. So let's get into it. To design the old logo, the old logo is just a P. And I have a personal technique where I like to use strokes to create objects. And when I do that, I do things like we'll get an ellipse and we'll extend it like this. So in using strokes to create objects, it is quite simple. All I'll simply do is I'll take away the fill and I would increase the weight of the stroke. Let's say 20. But in this case, 20 is not enough, so let's go all the way to 80 or 60. 60 is perfect. And I'll use a stroke and come down like this. So you can see we've designed the letter P, and from here on out, we'll just outline the stroke and get whatever shape we have been looking for. So rather than having to make two circles, or rather two ellipses, and then making the box, you could just make a stroke, a thick stroke, and thick circle, and then outline it. You get both, the outer circle you want, rather than having to make two circles, use the shape builder tool to make the first one, and then using the same shape builder tool to remove the inner circle. So let's put that into perspective by highlighting all of this. You go to Object, and you go to Path and Outline Stroke. So as you can see, this has automatically become a shape. And if I should exchange it, you can see what I'm talking about. There is no space or negative object inside for me to have to delete. So what you do here now is, I've gotten the major thing I want. I'll duplicate this and keep by the side because we'll use it for the second logo. That's the recent logo they recently made. And I'll duplicate this again to make the former letter P the way it was. I'll still exchange this so we can see it clearly. Then using the edit tool, I'll pick just this edge and pull it in. Now we can use the shape builder tool to get the former one. And the former one is extremely simple. We'll remove this and remove this. This was the OPAY logo before. It was just simply this. And the new OPAY logo now is this again. I'll use the same technique I used. I'll get a box. Sorry, I'll get a stroke. I'll get a line, and I'll make it 60 points weight. And I'll just extend from the center outwards. So I would turn this as usual, just get the outline of this stroke. And there I have myself a rectangle, a square, properly measured in the exact position I want it to even be, without having to stress or do anything. After this, let's flip it up like this, and then I would outline the stroke. Oh, sorry. I would offset the path. That was a mistake. I was not supposed to outline. And let's just make it 5 pixels away. So To get the new logo, I would remove this space entirely and merge all of this together. This is the outline of the old logo, and this is the outline of the new logo. So you can basically see they simplified the logo, and it's not that it's bad. I just personally don't like oversimplified logos, but nevertheless, it doesn't make it bad that they simplified it. It's just that I, as a person, when you simplify something way too much, especially visual content, the point tends to get missing. Basically, the former one was completely green, and the newer one, this was green and this was purple. The only real thing about the former one that made you know that it was not just all green was because there was a small gradient on the letter O, and that small gradient it's something we can get by doing simple things like remove the outlines, and just to get that gradient would use gradient 2. So we can simply make both of them the same color at first. It doesn't really matter, and we'll make the angle at 90 degrees. So what we're looking for is to make this particular one just a little bit deeper than the rest, and we'll adjust this to about 70. So right here you have the old OPAY logo and the new OPAY logo all set. You can see that was very short and simple. That was nice. It's good to have simple logos that tells what your company is about, and it's also good because these are just symbols that are used to identify your companies from a crowd of symbols when they are placed on probably a table, a plate, or something. Nevertheless, the logo has to be unique and it has to be you. Some people prefer their logo to, buttress or rather say what they do. Other people prefer their logo to just be extremely elegant and beautiful. But all that by the wayside, your logo is also your preferred choice of display, and it is definitely your choice. But then again, you should always look more into what would the customer or the user see whenever they look at these logos. So with that, I'll say thank you for this short episode, and do well to like and subscribe the video. If you have a comment on something you want me to also work on, you could leave the comment down below. There will be more videos like this for very different range of companies. I am not specific on any company or specific genre of industry yet, but for now I'm just going through the tech industry, and for a while I've been there. If you want to watch the logo of how Luno app, which is a cryptocurrency trading platform, works, how to make the logo, I would have it right here.